Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally.
You look a little lost in thought. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just thinking, we always talk about being a good friend, a good listener, and understanding others, right?
Of course, that's kind of the heart of our channel.
Exactly. But then I thought, what about the one person we spend every moment with? Ourselves.
Wow, that's a really good point. Maybe the most important friendship we'll ever have is with ourselves. So today, let's flip the script. Not how to listen to others, but how to practice self-love and be our own best friend.
How do we do that, though? Be a good friend to ourselves? Honestly, right now, I don't feel like my own friend. I feel like my own worst critic.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Well, for example, I was practicing for my English presentation, and I kept stumbling over the same word, statistics. I must have said it wrong a dozen times, and my inner voice just started yelling at me. Why is this so difficult for you? Everyone else gets it. You should have practiced more. You're never going to be good enough.
Oof, I know that voice. I sent an email last week with a typo in the client's name. I felt so embarrassed and I called myself an idiot for an hour straight.
Right? But here's the thing. If I told you I'd made that typo, you would have instantly said, "Don't worry about it. It's a tiny mistake. It happens to everyone."
Of course I would.
So why is it so easy to be kind and forgiving to our friends, but we're so incredibly harsh and cruel to ourselves? It's exhausting.
That is the real question, isn't it? And I think it's because we've never really been taught how to be on our own side. We think being hard on ourselves is what makes us better, but it actually just makes us feel worse.
I get what you're saying. I really do. But I have to be honest, whenever I hear the term self-love, part of me just cringes a little. It sounds so self-indulgent, like it's all about bubble baths, expensive treats, and posting Instagram quotes about good vibes only. Isn't it just a dressed-up way of being selfish or lazy? It feels like it goes against everything we're taught about being humble and working hard.
Thank you for saying that. Seriously, that is probably the most common misunderstanding about self-love, and it's why so many people struggle to embrace it. But what if I told you that self-love is the exact opposite of selfish?
How? How is focusing on yourself not selfish?
Think of it this way. Selfishness is taking from others to benefit yourself. It's demanding their time, their energy, their resources for your own gain without considering them. Self-love is about fortifying yourself so you have more to give to others. It's not about taking from others, it's about building up your own inner resources.
Okay, so if it's not bubble baths, what is it really?
It's about the everyday choices. It's self-acceptance. It's looking in the mirror after a mistake and instead of calling yourself an idiot, saying, "I'm learning, it's okay." It's self-respect. It's choosing to eat a meal that nourishes your body because you respect it, not because you're punishing it. It's setting a boundary and saying no to a late work call because you respect your own personal time and need for rest.
So it's more about how you talk to yourself and the choices you make for your well-being.
Exactly. It's practical. It's being a good friend to yourself. Imagine your best friend came to you feeling exactly how you feel right now. Tired, frustrated, criticizing herself over a small mistake. What would you tell her?
I'd tell her to stop being so hard on herself. Everyone makes mistakes, that she's smart and capable, and one tiny thing doesn't define her. I'd tell her to take a break, maybe go for a walk to clear her head.
Right. You'd offer her encouragement, not criticism. You'd suggest a boundary, like taking a break. You'd want to protect her energy. That is self-love. It's treating yourself with the same compassion, patience, and support that you so freely offer to everyone else in your life.
And you're saying that's not the foundation of being selfish. It's the foundation of everything else?
It's the foundation of everything. Think about it. You can't pour from an empty cup. How can you be truly present for your friends, your family, your work if you're running or empty? If your inner world is filled with criticism and exhaustion, filling your own cup first through self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's what allows you to show up as a better partner, a better friend, a better teacher, a better student. It's the solid ground you stand on so you can build a strong life and strong relationships.
Wow, okay. When you put it that way, it doesn't sound selfish at all. It sounds responsible. It sounds like stability.
It is. It's the most responsible thing you can do for yourself and for the people who count on you. It's not about being perfect. It's about being kind to yourself through the process of learning and growing.
Okay, I understand the theory. It sounds responsible, not selfish. But what difference does it actually make in real life, in the day-to-day? If I start being kinder to myself about my pronunciation mistakes, how does that actually help me?
That's the best question. The benefits are incredibly practical. I see at least 3 huge ones.
Tell me, I need practical.
First, and this is a giant one for anyone learning a language, it reduces the fear of failure. Think about it. Why do we get nervous to speak English? It's the fear of making a mistake, of sounding silly, of being judged.
Exactly. That's the feeling.
Right, but if your inner voice is already your friend, not your critic, what's there to fear? If you make a mistake, that friendly inner voice says, no big deal, that's how you learn. When you're not terrified of failing, you take risks. You speak up more in class, you join conversations, you try that new word even if you're not sure. And that's how fluency actually happens. It's huge.
Okay, that makes sense. Less fear, more practice. What's the second benefit?
Second, it builds resilience. That's your ability to bounce back from setbacks. Let's say you do mess up. You have a presentation and you do say statistics wrong. The old way, you'd beat yourself up for days, right?
I'd remember it on my deathbed, probably.
Exactly. But with self-compassion, you acknowledge it, maybe even laugh about it, learn the right way, and you move on. You don't waste days of energy on self-criticism. You recover faster and get back out there. It's like having an emotional immune system.
I could use one of those. And the third thing?
The third benefit might be the most important one. It builds healthier relationships with everyone else. You know the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup?
So it's a cycle. Being kinder to myself means I'm less afraid to learn, I get over setbacks faster, and I actually have more to give to the people I care about. It's not the end of the journey. It's like upgrading the engine for the entire journey.
Yes, that's the perfect way to put it. You're upgrading your internal engine.
Okay, I'm sold. I really am. It sounds less like a luxury and more like essential maintenance. But that's the problem. It still feels big and abstract. How do I actually do it? How do I start? My brain is wired for criticism. Just being nicer to yourself sounds easy, but it feels impossible.
If you want to learn English through listening to podcasts in a cozy and comfortable way, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Our goal is to help you improve your fluency with daily English conversations, natural speech, and practical tips that fit into your everyday life.